am State Senator Tony Hwang, 28th Senate District, past member of the Governor's Workforce Council. I stand before you in support of Senate Bill 849. The bill is called Learn Here, Live Here. The issue it's trying to address is a long-standing one in the state of Connecticut, and that is the brain drain of talented people that garner their education, receive their education in the state of Connecticut in various forms, either it's higher education, technical schools, vocational programs, or secondary training. The bottom line is the idea is to retain young and anybody who's received their education in Connecticut, who continues to work in Connecticut, to be able to acquire a home, a place of residence. The concept is to be able to defer your income tax from the work that you do in Connecticut after graduating from a Connecticut-based institution, to save it for a 10-year period that upon your first purchase of an apartment or a home, that would be used as a down payment to that acquisition. As a member of the Workforce Council, we talked about the brain drain of young people, but we also talked significantly about workforce housing. There are many bills that are being proposed this session, including the governor's budget proposal that emphasizes the need for workforce housing to retain our talent in the state of Connecticut. But nevertheless, this is a bill that was first raised in 2008, and it passed in 2012 in the form. Now, this bill is being raised as a subject matter, and my hope is that this committee will consider raising it in its language. There are readily available language on this issue. But what's amazing to me is the fact that even though this bill was passed nearly 11 years ago, the change of one word from shall implement the program to may. As a result of that one word change, for 11 years, we lost the opportunity to be able to give Connecticut graduates in any form of education in this state the opportunity to be able to put their hard-earned income into setting down and purchasing a home and setting down the roots. 11 years on the basis of one word. The opportunities we could have had to tell young graduates who have left the state of Connecticut, if you learn here under this bill, under the consideration of a proposal to the Department of Economic Development, Community Development, that we could have retained the number of talented young people. So again, I ask the indulgence of the committee. We have passed this bill out of committee many years. The change I made is the fact that we raise it from a $2 million limit to a $5 million limit, and we look at to restrict anyone under $75,000 in annual income, because it's an allocation. My hope is that we exhaust it to the limit of the $5 million every single year, because that would count. It just inordinate number of talented young people that receive their education in our great schools and academic institutions in Connecticut and keep them here in Connecticut. I'd be happy to take any questions, and thank you very much.
So thank you, Senator. And I just want to recognize your incredible work on this and your advocacy and, quite frankly, infatigable energy to keep this subject alive. And we've gotten very close to the finish line and then not gotten it over. So I'm glad to have this conversation again. This committee has always been very supportive of this model, and I believe we continue to have that deep-rooted support for this.